Here in chapter 30, Isaiah indicts those in Israel who are fleeing to Egypt for protection. Assyria was coming, but the Lord wanted his people to rely upon him for safety, not Egypt. Let's read verse 1 from the New International Version. "Woe to the obstinate children, declares the Lord, to those who carry out plans that are not mine, forming an alliance, but not by my spirit, heaping sin upon sin." The King James says these people are rebellious. Other translations call them apostates. Isaiah then clarifies the Lord's indictment against these people. "For without consulting me, you have gone down to Egypt for help. You have put your trust in Pharaoh's protection. You have tried to hide in his shade." These are covenant people who have the law of the gospel and a living prophet, but they choose to follow their own counsel because they can't trust the prophet anymore. And of course, Isaiah wasn't speaking of just his day. As he declared earlier, he uses all this as prophecy for the last days. Egypt, the great superpower of his day, is a metaphor for the great superpower of the last days, America. According to Isaiah, there will come a time when the covenant people in the last days will be threatened by Assyria, a huge megalomaniac power, most likely a consortium of nations, or, as Joseph Smith put it, a power in the likeness of the kingdoms of the earth. This is a beast, as John the Beloved puts it, or the Assyrian king, as Isaiah puts it. This will be an axis of nations ruled by a despotic tyrant with great power. His army will invade the promised land after it has been weakened by natural disasters and internal dissensions. And when that happens, the question will be, what will the Lord's people do? Will they turn with all their hearts to God for deliverance, or will they turn to the government? Although the government will have helped them in the past, just as Egypt had helped Judah in the past, this is different. This is the defining moment when God is refining his people that they may be prepared to create Zion. In the last days, the Lord will need a people who will make themselves the holy seed, a righteous remnant, ready to follow God and his prophet no matter the danger, no matter the cost. Isaiah now continues, "But Pharaoh's protection shall turn to your shame, shelter in Egypt's shadow to embarrassment. For all their officials at Zoan and their envoys travels to Hanes, they shall be utterly disgusted with a people who will avail them nothing. They shall be of no help or benefit, but a humiliation and disgrace." The leaders of Egypt will not come to the rescue. They'll remain in Zoan, the ancient capital where Moses once struggled against Pharaoh. They'll stay home in Hanes and refuse to help a people who mean so little to them, a people who can avail them nothing. The truth is, these government leaders will have problems of their own, just as Egypt's leaders did when fighting Assyria. So, rather than helping people far from them, they'll gather the troops closer around them at home. Then Isaiah gives further detail to his prophecy. This is an oracle concerning the animals of the Negev. Through a land of hardship and distress, of lioness and lion, of viper and flying serpent, they carry their wealth on the backs of donkeys, and their treasures on the humps of camels, to a people of no profit to them. Egypt's help is vain and empty. Therefore I have called her Rahab, who sits still. The people are fleeing to the desert for safety. Rahab, who sits still, can also be translated as arrogance that does nothing. In other words, don't trust these people in your time of peril. The government, which was so strong, has been mortally weakened. The only covering these people should cover themselves with is the Lord's counsel through his prophet. Isaiah says that many of these unfortunate people will make a covenant with death and cleave to the government for protection. Thus, wheat and tares will be separated. 10 virgins may become 5. Rebellious apostates have lost faith in God and his prophet, and they simply can't hold on to Isaiah's great promise. "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them, and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. As we'll see next time, Isaiah was told to write all this down as a prophecy against the covenant people who turn against their leaders, and warn the seers not to see, and tell the prophets not to prophesy. I'm Curtis Taylor with the Words of Isaiah.